Loving you ain't so bad. I miss the days we used to hang out.
1 Corinthians 13 says, love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, nor is it proud. But are we living on those conditions? Welcome to the Love on Conditions podcast. I'm your host, Jennifer, and this is where we talk about relationships. So, whether you are in a marriage, if you're a divorcee, if you're in a friendship, a mother, son, siblings, whatever it is, this is where we talk. And of course, today we do have our very special guest with us, Mary. Mary,
Hello.
welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me on the show today.
It's my pleasure to be here as well. Thank you so much for coming in. First, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I am, as she said, Mary Hooker. I am a mother of three wonderful children. I am a divorcee, and I am living my best life at this time. Thank you, Jen.
All right, living your best
Yeah,
life as a divorcee. Thank you so much for saying that. It shows on you. You're
thank
glowing.
you.
You are
Bless you.
beautiful
Thank you.
today. Let me ask you though, how did divorce change the way you view love and
Hmm.
relationships?
And relationships. I think divorce just lets me know that nothing is final when it comes to relationships. That it could go a relationship. You always want your relationships to be forever, but sometimes there's an expiration date. So I think it made me appreciate relationships, more so, and also knowing that, if a relationship comes to an end, we still have to continue.
Mm, continue on. So, you can you tell us how many years have you been divorced?
Not quite 2 years.
Not quite
Not
two
quite two
years.
years.
Okay. And are you dating right now?
I am. I am. I am.
Good job. Okay, so at what point did you feel ready to start dating again?
You
Because
know,
you,
I thought about this earlier, Jen.
mhm,
I felt ready. I felt, because feeling is the key word here. I felt ready from the beginning, but in all honesty, I was not ready. So, I was like, I'm free. I like being with someone. I'm going to date. I'm going to enjoy, but I wasn't ready.
you weren't
I
ready.
wasn't.
Okay, but at what point did you
Uh,
feel like, okay,
I felt like as soon as the divorce decree was signed that I was ready, but I was not. So I really think maybe 6 months ago.
6 months ago?
And honestly, I'm not even sure that I was ready then, but I was to the point. Readiness for me meant accepting the fact that whether I or not I had to live my life as a single woman, I would be okay. And
Ah,
to me, that was the ready moment. And it seemed
yes.
like that's when
It pops.
it
It
pops.
pops.
Yeah.
What were your fears though? Was there like, were you
Growing
having fears?
old,
Why?
yeah, growing old and being alone, not having someone there to share with me the quiet moments.
Hmm.
And I heard someone say, and it was a very wise statement, that you have to be okay with being with yourself. Oh, I love my
Ooh,
quiet time.
love that.
I do. And that was a good point she
Mm-hmm.
made. And it's not that I didn't love myself. It's just that I like me. You gotta know who you are.
Right, right,
I,
right.
I like being or having that companionship,
Yes.
so
And nothing is wrong with
yeah,
that. Nothing is wrong
yeah.
with that. We were born for
That's
that,
right.
to be with someone. We were not, because remember in the Garden of Eden, there was Adam, and then the Lord said, you know what? You need someone. And there
Let me
comes
get you
Eve.
somewhere.
So, yeah. Um, Let me ask you though. So, during all this process and everything that was going on, what was it that you really discovered, other than knowing that you don't want to be alone? What was it that you discovered about yourself in this healing process? You know that, yes, as you state, don't want to be alone, need companionship, but is there that one thing that you discovered about yourself that you were not seeing? I mean, we were having a conversation before we start, and you were saying like the potential that was in you, and then it Yeah. So is there that one thing
Yes.
that
The
you
one thing
discover?
that I discovered about me that I really had to take a look at is my record for doing too much. I
Oh.
did too much in relationships. I sacrificed too much. And I think we as women have a record for doing that. Um, I am what they some say. I am that mother figure. Most of us
Mm-hmm.
are. And what I don't want to do ever again is mother a man.
Ooh.
All right.
You're gonna have to expound on
Uh-oh.
that. I
Uh-oh.
know we have the nurturing spirit as
Yeah.
mothers, but
Yeah.
what does mothering a man look like to you? What
Um,
were you told?
mothering a man to me looked like trying to just fix everything for him and to make him comfortable and do all and to get him to that place his mother was designed to get him to. Hmm. So what I find, and this is not man bashing because I do love
No,
men
we're
and
not.
there's some
No, we're
great
not
men.
doing
I
that.
don't bash men, but there's some men out there who have lacked the nurturing
Mm,
effects that their mothers were to give to them as children. And
mhm.
therefore they look for it in their women. And if they get it, they will drain you. They will
Oof.
drain you. So we have to kind of draw the line in the sand. Like I'm your partner.
Yes,
I'm your wife. I'm your lover. I'm not what I am not is your mother.
is your mother.
Yes,
Yeah, and you find that happening a lot.
I do. I do. I
Yes,
do.
it's definitely, it must be draining because,
Yeah.
I mean, you're an adult, you're expecting to get an adult
Mhm.
who is already fixed, but
Yeah.
sometimes I guess maybe they're also going through where they need healing.
Right. Right.
So that may be one of
Yes.
the issues. All right, so you said yes, you're dating.
I am.
What I need to know though is the difference. What is the difference now in dating as opposed to when you were younger, like pre-marriage?
Hmm.
Is there a difference in dating that way before marriage as opposed to now, dating after marriage? What
I
does it look
think
like?
to me is that growing older and coming into knowing who you are as a person.
Hmm.
Who I know who I understand who I am as a woman. I understand the things that I want versus back then I just wanted to be with somebody, to be
Ah.
accepted. I just wanted to have the goo goo eyes,
Mm-hmm.
and had no clue of what it meant to be married, had no clue of the sacrifice of the work that it takes work to be married. I'm sure it takes work. And
Mm-hmm.
one of the words that came to me earlier when I was thinking about marriage is it has to be a
Mutual.
mutual commitment and mutual where everything is mutual. It takes two. And one of the things I was sharing with my granddaughter this morning, who is in a new relationship. I won't talk about teenage love right now, but I was saying, when you get married and if you ever find yourself, even before, if you're dating and you ever find yourself saying, my relationship,
Mm.
my marriage, I got to work on my marriage,
Mm-hmm.
that's a problem right there.
Right there.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because you're you're already displaying that you're doing too much work.
Ah, it's not
It's
us.
not it's not
Yes,
our
it's
marriage.
me, me,
It's
me,
me.
me.
It's
I what I
mine.
need. Right.
It's mine. I need
Yeah.
for my marriage to work. But
Mm.
what is he thinking?
Ah, that's operative.
Okay.
Yes, yes, us.
Us.
Where is everyone in
Right.
this? Okay. So you are giving advice to your granddaughter?
I am.
That is so good. Yes.
Ooh.
Let me ask you, did divorce make you more cautious now about love, more cautious, more open, or
I think
both?
both.
What did it both?
Both, because one of the things and I've always known, but communication is big for me. And so I know now if you're not communicating with even the person you're dating, you don't have to tell them everything about your life, but you still have to be communicating. You still have to understand where we're going. What is it that we're doing? And you don't have to be afraid to ask certain questions. I mean, you just started dating. You're not saying, "Oh, we're gonna get married next
Right,
month."
right.
But why? What is this about for you?
Transparency, yes. What are you
Transparency. Yeah.
doing?
Are we having
Are
fun?
we
Are we having fun, or are we going
are we
somewhere?
yes, yes.
What's gonna
Are
happen?
you in this
Yeah.
for the long haul,
Yeah.
meaning marriage,
Yeah.
or are we just here having
Right.
fun? Yeah, definitely
And
need to know.
the thing that women really have to be aware of, there's a bunch of men out here that just want to have fun.
Mhm.
They're not trying to be in a
Mm.
serious relationship. There's probably a bunch of women too that want to
Mhm.
have fun. And that's what I encountered in the beginning. That's why I say I thought I was ready. But I
Mm.
was meeting people, I was exchanging numbers, I was having conversations, I was going out to eat. I realized that there's a few married men in the world that won't tell you they're married. They're like, we're gonna play the game. She's available.
Mm.
And be, prayer.
Yes.
We prayed before we started. Prayer was a big key for me because I'd go out or I'm talking to people and I always pray like, God, show me who this person is, because I wanted to know before I allowed
Mhm.
it to get to the next step. And he never failed to show me.
Never failed.
Never failed to
Mhm.
show me. I went out with a guy a couple of times and went to his Facebook page and saw. I was like, oh, that must be his sister. So I went on the sister page. Oh, that's
That was
not
his
his.
wife.
That's his wife.
Whew.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
And
So
I'm glad you spoke about prayer because prayer does change things.
it does.
And of course, definitely if we commit ourselves to the Lord and everything else, He'll definitely lean not to our own
Mhm.
understanding and in all our ways acknowledge Him. I was speaking with a gentleman recently and he told me this, and I'm happy you were talking about the dating pool. And he said the dating pool is a cesspool
Mm,
because just like that, some people, he said, some of the women, you can speak of the men, he was telling me some of the women, they are not in it for the long
mhm.
haul. They just want to have fun, they want to eat some food,
Oh yeah, get something
and
for
then
free.
let's
I'm
get
sure
get
sometimes.
something
Yeah,
for free, get some gifts,
yeah,
and then it's done and
yeah.
over with. So yeah, it definitely seems to be. What boundaries do you have now,
Boundaries.
considering, yes, what are your
I
non-negotiables?
feel like I can smell games. Like I
Ooh.
learned that through the dating process. I can smell game. Like
Mm.
I might not know exactly what the game is. So it's like you either come correct or don't come. Don't
Mm.
come at me sideways. Don't come playing games. Don't come at me giving me sad stories. That's my pet peeve too. Don't
Yes.
give me sad. I just met you. I don't.
Why are you telling
I don't
Why are
need
you
your
telling me
sad
this?
story. I have my own stories. I don't need yours. No,
Sad
stop.
stories
Yeah.
like what? Unemployment,
Oh
illnesses,
yeah, unemployment.
homelessness,
None of that.
siblings.
Again, I don't. I have one son. I don't need another son. What do you want, sir? Yeah,
And we stand on that.
yeah,
We stand
yeah.
on that. And yeah, so that within itself now leads you on to trust.
Mm,
How do you handle trust in your new relationship? I mean, you have experienced
mm.
divorce, you have gone through whatever it is that, you know, and you are now at this place. You did say that you're dating. How do you handle trust? Are you open for
Okay,
trusting again?
I am. I am. And here's my thing. And it's the same as I told my granddaughter who had moved in my home a year ago that, I'm giving you trust. I'm giving you opportunity. And if you, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but if you mishandle it,
Yes.
then you may not get it back. And so I know I'm probably coming at it backwards in comparison to how
Mhm.
other people handle trusting. But, I've watched, I've listened, I believe with everything in me that the man that I'm dating is a good man.
Mhm.
And so at a point, I said, okay, I'm going to trust him. That doesn't mean you're blind
Mm-mm.
and you don't see what you see. You have to see.
Mhm.
Oh, you have to open your eyes and see what's going on. But I always believe that signs are there. If
Mhm.
there's
Mhm.
anything that they're there, you have to not try to unsee it or not see
Yes.
it. And so I give him my trust.
Mhm.
He has not moved in a way where I have any reason to,
As yet. Okay.
suspect. So
Is this something that you spoke with him about, to say, hey, I'm trusting
Yeah,
you,
we
and if you,
communicate.
just like what you said to
Mm-hmm.
your granddaughter, if you mishandle, did
Mm.
you explain all of that to him, or
And I have not, to be honest,
okay,
but I think I've said enough that
he
he
knows.
knows. They say some things, even though communication, like I said, it is the key, but there's a saying that said, "What's understood does not always have to be said." I say enough
Yes.
because I'm telling you, we're on podcast and I don't know who's going to see it, so some things I can't even say. But I promise you, I kiddingly threaten.
What are you doing?
Okay, there. We can't go any further with that.
Oh Lord.
Okay.
And that is understanding
Yeah.
understandable, because if you have gone through something before and your heart has been broken, all right, you must at some point in time get a hold of yourself to say, hey, this is not what's gonna happen. If this happened, then I'm gonna go.
Like,
So
I'm going to give you the best of me,
yeah,
but I
as
promise
always.
you, I know how to turn it off and go on about my business. I do.
Yes.
But I'm going to give you, a fair foundation.
Right,
I'm going to be
right.
fair.
And
Yes.
that was my next question. So I'm happy you
Okay.
answered that. I was just going to ask you if it's okay. How are you feeling with giving yourself again 100%, or are you holding back? But then you said it. You said you give of yourself, and that
Yeah.
is so good,
Yeah.
because if you're going to be going into something, it makes no sense you go halfway.
Yeah. And you have to remember, this man is not that
That
man.
that's
So
important.
it's not even fair to him to
Mm-mm.
remember,
Baggage.
yeah, back
For you
or
to
to
be
hold on to
carrying,
it. Yeah,
yes, and that is the healing
yeah.
process, and I'm happy that you went through that. Can you tell us, though, our viewers, give us some of the points, or how did you heal? What
Mm.
are some of the steps that you made during your healing
Big
process?
one, I had to forgive myself.
Ooh,
Because we forgive the other person. We go through steps. I hope we do.
mm-hmm.
But I had to forgive him because, one, I had to remember or come to an understanding that the things he did was not personal.
Yes,
That was his battle.
yes,
And so it affected me.
mm-hmm.
And often, and just to say, my ex-husband used to say to me, "It's not you, it's me." I hated that.
Yes. Because no, but he knew. You see, the thing is,
I hated
you
it.
hated it, but he was telling you,
Yeah.
he was telling you, it's
Yeah.
not you. You are not the problem. I am the problem.
Oh my
He knew it, but
God.
I mean, the
Yeah.
writing was on the wall, but you did not see that
I
he was
couldn't
telling you
quite
that.
perceive what
Yeah,
he's
you didn't
saying because
understand what he's saying.
I gotta fix this.
Yes, you
Come on,
went
we
in
gotta
your mommy
fix it.
mode. Listen, my
Yeah,
son, let me
yeah.
fix
Let
you.
me help you. I couldn't help him. I couldn't help him, and so then after I was angry in the beginning.
Of
I
course.
went through. I was so angry. How could you do this to
Us.
us?
Hmm.
I wanted to even say, and then that second part was my marriage. Because in my mind, I
Hmm.
had a vision of what our marriage was supposed to be, and now you're messing with it, you
Yes,
know?
yes.
And so then I had to go to that point of forgiving myself because I felt like I married this man twice. So
Mm.
I felt like there was wasted time.
Oh.
I wasted my time. Because at first I was angry because you wasted my time.
Mm-hmm.
But
And then the
I
second time, it was
allowed
you
it.
who wasted your time when
I
you
allowed it.
remarried.
Yeah, I
Okay.
allowed it. Even the first time, I allowed it. But, and not to be myself because, I didn't grow up in the church, but when I came into the church,
Mm-hmm.
being taught certain things about marriage, like
Mm-hmm.
I came into this marriage, this is forever.
Forever. Mm-hmm.
And so, when things got a little crazy, like, oh no, this can't happen because now
My marriage.
my marriage is forever. I don't know what you're doing with your part of the marriage, but my marriage is forever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is
So,
something that we learn along the
yeah,
way, that, yes, just as
yeah,
you said in the beginning,
yeah.
remember you were talking about
Hmm.
it's us.
Yeah.
So what do you want? Are we looking at the same thing? Do we
Yeah.
have the same value system? Do we see marriage as the same
Yeah.
thing?
It's like he's messing up.
Yes, but then
In
in
my
did you
marriage.
ask
Yeah.
him in the beginning? The question was, what are your take on these things?
Hmm.
So maybe there were some unasked.
Well, he
questions.
said that, we talked, of course, a lot, and we came into it, talking like this is forever. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna have children, we're gonna have this, we're gonna do this,
Happily ever after.
but and I don't want to say too much, but again, things change,
Things
and so
changed.
you have to sometimes learn to move
Mm-hmm.
according to the change. So
Yes. And I'm happy though that you have reached where you are
thank
right
you,
now.
thank you.
So, what advice would you give someone who's out there, a divorcee, wanting to date, afraid of dating? What's your best advice for that person?
Be patient with yourself.
Mm.
Because I think my challenge was patience. Like, because really and truly now, I didn't want to deal with the healing process. I
Mm.
didn't want to deal with the emotions. I didn't want, because I was happy go lucky. In the day I go to work and I'm happy and I be with my girls and everything is good, or in the limelight. But it was when I was at home at night. See, I've never said this before. At home at night in that bed that I shared with someone almost 30 years, that was driving me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? So it was like, I don't want this.
Mm-hmm.
And then as time went on, of course, I started getting used
Used
to
to it.
it. Used to it. And my daughter, she might cringe if she knew I told this. She's 20 now, but
Careful,
yeah, she's
she's
gonna
gonna
see it.
watch this.
There was times when my daughter came in my bedroom and would lay beside me and just wrap her arms around me. And
Mm.
I don't know if I've explained to her. I did tell her not too long ago, like I told her,
Yes.
thank you, because that
Hmm.
I think helped me.
Yes.
It really did.
Yes.
I didn't snuff out the desire,
Yes.
but it helped me a lot, and
It
so I
helps.
appreciate that. But sometimes I think too, you have to find somebody to just be real with, even
Mm.
if it's yourself. Maybe you
Mm-hmm.
need to have that conversation in the mirror with yourself. We're
Mm-hmm.
gonna be okay.
Yes.
The Lord showed me something
Mm-hmm.
that I didn't learn in church per se, but the Lord was speaking to me, and I'll say it in my way. But He was showing me how when you're part of a ministry, or I'll say a group of women, and you're going through something as detrimental as a divorce, those women are supposed to surround you and embrace
Yes.
you and help you through that moment. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have that.
Mm.
I did not have that. And God is so good. I ended up working in a job, matter of fact, in Clayton
Mm-hmm.
on a temp assignment. And there was three women of different ages who kind of, I didn't even know these women.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go out to eat with them. I'd
Mm-hmm.
go out to gatherings with them. And it was also a tool for my healing, being able to just have someone there or whatever. I lost a few people who I thought were
Would have
close
been
to me
there.
before
Mm-hmm.
that, or would have been there
Mm.
before that. So it was like a series of God revealing things.
And you see, those people were not supposed to be a part
Mm,
of that
mm,
season because you know how the Holy Spirit works. You
mm,
get your destiny helpers within that
yeah.
season, and that was where it was
Mm,
supposed to be. And that is why we have to commit ourselves
mm,
every day to the Lord and ask Him for His will,
mm,
because your will would have been to have those people that you knew
yeah.
before.
Yeah.
But just imagine He brought new people.
Yes.
So it was new memories
Yeah.
and new things to help you through.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being with us
Oh,
today,
thank you for
Mary.
having me.
We have the final section, which we call the rapid
Okay,
fire.
rapid
Shoot,
fire.
shoot,
Let me
shoot.
get ready.
I'm just gonna, it's not a lot of questions, but I'm just gonna shoot them at you and
Okay.
then you can tell me love at first sight or slow burn. Do you believe in love at first sight or get to know the person?
I believe it can be love at first sight, but
Okay.
then you better get to know them.
Okay. Guarded heart or open heart?
Guarded heart.
Guarded. Because of the divorce, because of what you expected,
Now, are you talking about
life.
me, or do I just
No,
believe
no,
in it?
yeah, what you believe in.
Okay.
Okay, so you believe in guarded heart.
Yeah, you gotta let people kind of grow
Yes,
on you.
get
Yeah,
into you.
right.
Okay, closure or just move on? Do you prefer having closures or you
Both,
just both?
both.
Why?
because you gotta have closure. You can't move into something new if you haven't closed what was
What
old.
was out there?
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
then move on. The whole thing, once it ends, your process, move on. Don't get stuck there crying about what could have been, should have been,
Okay.
because and then that person you're crying over or that relationship, they're going doing whatever, and you sitting there stuck. Why is that fair? Move on.
Move on. All right. I don't want to ask you this question because you have answered it, but
Okay.
second chance or one strike, but you have given a second chance
Okay.
because you were married twice, so we to the same person. Peace or passion? Both.
Yes. Yes.
Attention or intention?
Intention.
Intention. Yes, I think people should be intentional. Thank you so much. You have said a lot. Thank you for being here with us today. Thank you for sharing. I really appreciate this. And for our viewers out there, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, this is your time. Go ahead, subscribe, like, share, and hit the notification bell because every week we're going to be having a new episode and you want to be the first to know. Thank you so much again for tuning in to the Love and Conditions podcast. I'm Jennifer. See you next week.
Loving you ain't so bad. I miss the days we used to hang around. Please don't be so sad. Girl, I still hear your voice in every sound. Back when the time slowed down, we were laughing, love was all we knew. Now it's just me here, but the truth is I am still in love with you.